Let's begin this journey together and discover the joy of walking hand in hand with God. Friends, let's get real for a second. When we think of best friends, we picture someone who truly gets us, someone who laughs with us until our sides ache, someone who stands by us when the storms of life are raging. Now I want you to take that beautiful picture of friendship and imagine God in that role. Not just as the all-powerful, majestic ruler of the universe seated on a distant throne, but picture him as someone who leans in, who wants to hear every single thought, every whisper of your heart. He's not just aware of you, he's interested in you personally and profoundly. The truth is, God doesn't just want to be worshipped from a distance. He yearns for something much deeper, much more personal. He desires a relationship with you that's vibrant, intimate, and incredibly real. He wants to be the first one you turn to with good news, the one whose comfort you seek in times of trouble, the one whose wisdom guides your steps. This isn't a one-sided desire, it's a divine longing for connection. Think about it. The Creator of all things wants to be your friend. He wants to share his heart with you, and he wants you to share yours with him. He delights in spending time with you, not because he needs anything from you, but simply because he loves you. He enjoys your company. He values your presence. This is a staggering thought, but it's the beautiful truth of his nature. He's not looking for perfect people, he's looking for willing hearts. The Bible itself paints this picture so clearly. In James chapter 4 verse 8 it says, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you." Notice the simplicity and the promise in that verse. It's not a complicated theological formula, it's a straightforward, heartfelt invitation. It's God saying, if you take one step towards me, I'll rush to meet you. This invitation isn't a rule to be followed out of obligation. It's a loving gesture from a father who longs to be close to his children. So, how do we actually begin this incredible friendship with God? How do we move from knowing about him to truly knowing him in a personal, intimate way? Well, it starts much the same way as any other meaningful friendship in our lives. It begins with dedicating quality time, cultivating heartfelt honesty, and building unwavering trust. Let's talk about time first. Just like you wouldn't expect a friendship to flourish if you never spent time with that person, the same is true with God. You need to intentionally carve out moments to be with him. This isn't about a legalistic duty, but a joyful opportunity. True friendship with God is nurtured through consistent connection. Even if it's just 10 minutes in the morning before the day's chaos begins, or a quiet moment in the evening to reflect and connect. Find what works for you, but make it a priority. In these moments, there's no need for filters, no need for fancy, eloquent words. It's just you and him, heart to heart, spirit to spirit, sharing the quiet intimacy of presence. Next, let's consider honesty. To be best friends with someone means you can be completely, unreservedly real with them. God already knows everything about you, but he desires for you to be open and vulnerable with him. He can handle your doubts, your fears, your anger, your frustrations, and all your pressing questions. Don't try to hide your struggles or pretend everything is perfect when it's not. Talk to him like you would to your closest, most trusted earthly friend. Pour out your heart. Share your victories and your failures, your hopes and your disappointments. He already knows your heart, every intricate detail, every hidden corner, but there's something powerful and healing that happens when you articulate those things to him, when you bring them into the light of his presence. He wants to hear it from you directly. This kind of raw honesty deepens the intimacy of your relationship. It shows that you trust him enough to be your true self. Remember, he's not shocked by your humanity, he created you. Now here's a beautiful secret, a truth that can set your heart free. You don't have to be perfect to be best friends with God. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have an unblemished record. You don't have to present some polished version of yourself. He already knows the real you, and wonderfully, he loves the real you, flaws and all. Just take a look at the people described in the Bible, those who walked closely with God. They weren't spiritual superheroes who never made mistakes. Consider Moses. He was chosen by God for a monumental task, to lead an entire nation out of bondage. Yet Moses doubted himself profoundly. He questioned his abilities, his eloquence, his worthiness for such a calling. But how did God respond to Moses' insecurities and doubts? Did he cast him aside and look for someone more confident, more perfect? No. God met Moses in his uncertainty, reassured him, equipped him, and walked with him every step of the way. Then there's David, a man described as being after God's own heart. Yet David messed up badly. He made some very serious, very public mistakes that had devastating consequences. He was far from perfect. He experienced deep regret and brokenness over his sins. And still, God called David his friend. God forgave David when he repented with a sincere heart. Their relationship wasn't severed by David's sin. It was restored through honesty and God's incredible mercy. And what about Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples? He was passionate, bold, and yet, in a moment of intense pressure and fear, Peter denied even knowing Jesus. Not just once, but 3 times. Imagine the shame, the guilt, the crushing weight of that betrayal. Yet after the resurrection, Jesus sought Peter out. He didn't condemn him, he restored him. He reaffirmed his love and his call on Peter's life. God didn't give up on Peter, and Peter, through his tears and repentance, didn't give up on God. Their friendship was renewed and became even stronger, a testament to God's unwavering grace and Peter's willingness to receive it. All right, let's get really practical now. We've talked about God's desire for friendship and the importance of time, honesty, and trust. But how do we weave this into the fabric of our busy everyday lives? Here are 3 simple, actionable ways you can begin to grow your friendship with God, starting today, right where you are. First, talk to Him like you mean it. This might sound obvious, but it's foundational. Prayer isn't just about reciting memorized words or making formal petitions, though those have their place. True friendly conversation with God is often spontaneous, heartfelt, and real. It doesn't have to be fancy or eloquent. Just talk to Him as you would a trusted friend, because that's who He is and who He wants to be for you. Share your day with Him. Talk to Him on your morning walk or during your commute. Tell Him about your joys, your frustrations, the little things that made you smile, the challenges that are weighing you down. You can speak to Him while you're doing the dishes, folding laundry, or waiting in line. Make Him a part of your everyday life, not just a Sunday visitor. The more you include Him in the mundane, the more you'll feel His presence in everything. Think of it as an ongoing dialogue throughout your day. A quick thank you, God, for that beautiful sunrise, or Lord, I need your wisdom in this meeting, or God, help me to be patient right now. These small, consistent touch points keep the lines of communication open and vibrant. He's always listening, always available, always interested in what's on your heart. Don't overthink it, just speak from your heart. Second, learn to listen. Friendship is a two-way street. It's not just about us talking to God, it's also about creating space to hear what He might be saying to us. God often speaks in whispers, not in booming thunder. He communicates through His Word, the Bible. Maybe as you're listening to this, a little voice of doubt is whispering in your ear. Perhaps you're thinking, but hey, I've messed up too much. My past is too messy. God couldn't possibly want to be friends with someone like me. Or maybe your thought is, but I haven't talked to God in years. I've been so distant. It feels awkward, like trying to reconnect with an old friend I've ignored. Or perhaps, but I'm not religious. I don't know all the rules or the right words to say. Friend, if any of those thoughts resonate with you, I want you to hear this loud and clear. God isn't holding your past against you. His forgiveness is far greater than your biggest mistake. The moment you turn to Him with a sincere heart, His grace covers it all. He doesn't keep a record of wrongs to be used against you. He wipes the slate clean. He sees you not for who you were, but for who you can become in him. That feeling of having messed up too much is a lie from the enemy designed to keep you separated from God's love and friendship. The truth is, God specializes in redemption and restoration. He loves to take broken pieces and create something beautiful. Your past mistakes don't disqualify you from his friendship, they qualify you for his grace. He's not looking for perfect people, but for honest hearts willing to receive his forgiveness. And if you're thinking, I haven't talked to God in years, please know that he has been patiently waiting for you. There's no expiration date on his invitation to connect. It doesn't matter how long it's been, his arms are always open. It might feel a little awkward at first, like any reunion after a long separation, but he will meet you with overwhelming love and acceptance, not condemnation or disappointment. It's never too late to reconnect, to rekindle that relationship. He hasn't moved. He's right where you left him, eager to hear your voice again. Just a simple "God, it's been a while, but I want to talk to you" is enough to bridge any perceived gap. He rejoices when one of his children turns back towards him, no matter how long they've been away. His love is constant and unchanging. And for those who say, "But I'm not religious," I have wonderful news. God is more interested in relationship than religion. Becoming best friends with God is truly the greatest journey you'll ever embark upon. It's not about the rigid structures of religion, but about the living, breathing reality of a deep and personal relationship. It's not about following a list of rules to earn his favor, but about experiencing the profound closeness that comes from walking hand in hand with your Creator. And it's certainly not about having all the answers or knowing everything. It's about the beautiful simplicity of walking with the one who knows you completely, loves you unconditionally, and guides you perfectly. So today I encourage you, take that first step, however small it may seem. Say hello to him in the quiet of your heart. Open your heart just a little wider to his presence and his love, because God is waiting patiently, eagerly, lovingly to be your best friend. He desires that connection with you more than you can possibly imagine, and he's ready to meet you exactly where you are right now. This is just the beginning of an incredible adventure.